Hello and welcome to this video on wellness through Sahaja Yoga, handling stress through Sahaja Yoga techniques. Let me start off by sharing my screen. There it is. Wow, there it is. All looks good. Hopefully the audio is good and all looks perfect. Okay. So stress management, one of the big topics which is going rounds today, and especially in working atmosphere, working environment, we face different kinds of stress, and it's sometimes we have no clue on how do we go about it. Okay, so using Sahaja Yoga techniques, we'll understand today what stress is about and how do we handle it. So to start with, what is stress? What is it all about? In our day-to-day life, we frequently face difficult situations that bring physical, mental, and emotional pressures. To cite a few, it could be as simple as this: that this morning I'm leaving to office, and yeah, it's quite a bit of stress to think, how much time do we need to reach office? Will I make it on time? Will the logistics go smooth? After going to office, I have 10 things to do, out of which 2 things I have no idea how to do. Probably I don't even know these 10 things. Sometimes it is just hovering around in the mind and I don't know what to do. It could be the review meetings happening in the office. It could be the plans and strategies to be done. It could be things which are uncertain, which are not in our control. We are expecting orders from a certain company, and this decision is done by that particular company and not us. So all these situations are actually tricky enough to create a lot of stress in our mind. Some part of this stress is known. We know, yeah, this is there, I cannot do, hence I'm stressed. That is good scenario, we know it, but there is some other kind of stress which we have no idea why it is happening. See it this way: stress is anything that causes fear, anxiety, worry, apprehensions, and yeah, interesting fact, anger. We get angry because of stress, no doubt. But the other extreme, which is excitement and happiness also, the other extreme of the feeling is also a kind of stress, and we experience it especially when that feeling is gone. We feel that thing of peak, and then we go down, and a kind of emotional meltdown would be a strong word, something like that. And it varies in different degrees and form from person to person and situation to situation. So some people, given the same situation, may feel stressed out, others may not. I myself may feel stressed out today doing the same thing, but tomorrow I'm absolutely okay with doing it. So it could be seen this way, that something which I cannot do, something which is out of my control, probably something that needs more time, but I accepted to do it in less time. Yeah, all these things create stress, and we need to be aware of it and learn how to handle it. If we see at the impact of this kind of stress on at the individual level, then it could start with peace of mind. There is, our mind is not peaceful. Physical health, some way or the other, it affects our organs, our health, and probably we are very sincere in exercising, all other things are going good. But when it comes to the actual organs within our body, probably, it is causing some kind of bad effects and we ourselves don't know. Mental health, no doubt, as I told you, our erratic behaviors, emotional disturbances, going ups and downs, and sometimes angry, sometimes happy. I have no idea why I do like that. And that all probably is leading from stress. Then there are some things which are absolutely out of control, like I mentioned a few minutes back, in terms of certain things which are happening outside the company environment. Like probably I'm expecting an order from someone, the overall economic environment, a scenario like pandemic that is going on now. All these things can lead to stress, which some things are known, some things are unknown, and they cause that kind of effect in our mind. It could be at the team level. Now, I'm so much engaged in my mind fighting out my own stress that I do not appreciate the other person's point of view. I'm less mutual understanding is there. Two people are talking, I don't hear it out. I always want to ensure my point is correct. It is not consensual. Okay. It is not a group behavior. So obviously two people like this in a group, imagine this scenario, it gets worse, 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 worse. What will happen? It will affect the team dynamics. The team meetings are wasted satisfying different people's egos, and the team performance will definitely change. And when it goes at the organization level, inefficiencies and low productivity. When we see it at that level with many graphs and details, we have no idea on why those things have reached that state, and tough to know. Whereas when we dig deep, probably it could be at the person level that the particular person is stressed out. We have given certain wrong things to a different person. It could be the teams which are behaving in a certain way. The entire team may be stressed out with the behavior. So overall, this can lead to low employee satisfaction. So you can see it will lead from person level to team level to organization level, and all need to be understood and handled well. Now, how this can be handled, and put it this way, it is like many problems that I spoke in the last few minutes, but there is only one simple solution which we are going to discuss in this video. What we are looking at is to develop a total personality. I'll share with you in detail what I mean, or what we mean by this topic of total personality. And this would be done through self-realization by Sahaj Yoga. Let's have a look at this video. I would like to share with you this video, which is talking more on what happens in our mind every now and then, and how it causes or creates problems in the bigger picture. It may sound that this video is more about meditation, but in fact, if we can keep that meditation mindset even when we are working, we can work at the best efficiency. Have a look at this and then we can talk more. Let me also ensure all my logistics to show this video are correct, and sound sharing is on and I can play it.
Meditation. What a relaxing experience. But what looks peaceful outside, is it always the same within? The human awareness is like an egg, full of infinite potential. When we meditate, we come to the present, where the light of truth shines upon us. But in practice, this does not happen. Thoughts from the past and future cloud our mind and disconnect us from the present. We try to stop them, but as soon as we stop one thought, another enters. This goes on, and instead of relaxing, we get exhausted. Meditation seems impossible. But what if we could stop our thoughts without putting any effort? Would you like to try this effortless meditation? Then come along and learn Sahaj Yoga meditation, which begins with the awakening of the power within us called Kundalini, which once awakened, our awareness goes beyond thoughts. We are freed from all the bondages of anger, greed, and fear. In this serene light of truth, our attention starts evolving. We achieve freedom in the true sense. Come and experience the joy of Sahaj Yoga meditation.
There it is. Here it is explained and in an animated way on how thoughts in our mind, either of the future or the past, they keep hovering and they don't want to let us go, and we cannot do what we want to do. We cannot concentrate on what we want to do. Imagine a thoughtless mind. This thoughtless does not mean that creativity stops, work does not stop. We are actually more efficient in a thoughtless mind. It is called as thoughtless awareness. And that is the state that we are looking at or trying to gain now. So a few minutes back, I mentioned on this topic of total personality. And if you see this image, there is, or rather the image is self-explanatory, and I'll put a few more words on it. It could be all about inner harmony. Okay. That is one part of the personality, and there is also the other extreme of outer balance. So something that happens within us, it is our body, mind, emotions, and the spirit. And this body interacts with the outer world. Over there, we get into social aspects, material aspects, career, and family. All are important. Now, if you lose a balance between this, if there is no proportion on any of these topics, we need to ensure enough weightage is given to every topic here. If we are not able to do that, then obviously it goes into imbalance and things go bad. So with this concept of Sahaja Yoga and what we are going to discuss in a few minutes now, we are actually going to experience and what is happening exactly within us. Like, we all lead a certain kind of life. We kind of forget certain topics. I'm so much concentrated on my career that I forget that I need to also work on my body. The emotional or the spiritual part is equally important, but I'm more worried about the materialistic, achievements that I have. How many mobile phones I have, or do I have the most recent mobile phone is more important than working a bit on the spiritual aspect. Give a thought if all these things can be balanced. I don't say the best iPhone should not be in our hands. It is, okay, it is important, it is useful. But ensuring giving the same importance for spirituality will also make a big difference. So the right proportions of all these ingredients of life will make it a total personality. How can this happen? Self-realization. Self-realization. Know thyself. Understanding of our inner personality and establishment of that harmony with the external demands. So you saw on a certain part of the total personality, we had this internal things, and that need to be understand what exactly is happening today over there. And once we understand and we are harmonious with it, then obviously when we interact with the external demands, it's a different life. We will be more in control. We can behave rightly. We can execute rightly and at a very high efficiency. This can be easily learned and mastered by knowing the foundation of our being. Okay, so if we understand how we are created, how certain things work within our body, then we can ensure this total personality aspect comes out. And this topic or this thing can be addressed by something called as a subtle system. We all have a subtle system within us, and if we can understand it, we can know what is happening in there, we can make a big difference. Here is a nice image and a bit of text on this subtle system. Okay, frankly, it is quite complex and it is pretty simplified and shown in a very understandable way here. It is created within all of us since the day we are born in our mother's womb. We all have it. Okay, it is a divine energy within us, and the important thing we need to understand is how does it work, how does it flow, what need to be done to maintain it in the best level. It consists of 3 channels, medically known as nervous systems. You can see them down here in yellow, blue, and white. Okay, and there are 7 energy centers, medically known as plexus. These govern all aspects of human life and personality traits. So in a few slides or in a subsequent slides, I'll talk about that. I don't want to remember all these names, but you can see there are 7 energy centers here, and they kind of drive our personality traits. The system here that you see is brought to our awareness by Sahaja Yoga meditation. So an explanation to feel it, to understand it, to balance it is what we learn from here, and that will help us lead a complete balanced life. Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi in 1970 discovered this process. I think typically we all know when we talk about yoga, meditation, the first thought is, get into Himalayas, spend few days, months, years over there to achieve it. But the important fact here is this discovery and the way she has taught us has taken us to a level wherein we can do it in our day-to-day life. It can happen in a few minutes and can help us lead a very balanced, spontaneous, and a total personality life. It is a breakthrough in human evolution of awareness. That's the most important part of it. And in our own words, it's the spontaneous union of individual consciousness with the all-pervading divine power. through the awakening of the inner spiritual energy, which lies dormant within all human beings in the triangular bone at the base of the spine, called the sacrum bone. So there is an energy sleeping within us, the dormant energy in our sacrum bone. It rises, it helps us balance, it cleanses our chakras, it helps they work at the right energy levels, and it connects us to the superconscious. That is what we are looking at here. Now, it all sounds a bit, few words may sound complex, but it is pretty easy. We are going to experience it very soon. And how easy it is, and if it is to be explained in terms of what we need to do, here it is. The left and right sympathetic nervous systems are brought into balance, resulting into a person achieving balance between his own desires and actions. Left side that we saw is more of our desires. We have many wishes and desires that somehow are created from this side, and actions happen from the right side, leading to our ego. The left side desires also lead to actually a kind of super ego, but these both in the right balance and working in the right proportion can lead to a very stable, balanced personality. As simple as this, in terms of the result, physical and mental disorders are cured. The energy centers are healed and established, resulting into restoring long-term physical, mental, and emotional health. So as you saw, there are 7 energy centers, and once they are at the best levels, our best personality traits will come out. They are manifested, and that's what we want. We'll see soon on what are those personality traits and how they can affect our day-to-day life. When it comes to Surge Yoga, and we want to understand many things out there and many discussions happening on yoga, typically yoga is associated with the physical, yoga that we do. Nothing wrong, that has its own advantages, but this comes with a different value. First things first, we are our own doctors. Seekers can diagnose their own problems. So you don't have to go to someone else to ask what is happening within you. Your own hands, your own status could be understood through them, and we can cure it. We have the solutions to handle any of these inaccuracies in the body. Completely natural, no side effects. Worst case, it will not work, but there will not be any side effects. It is very scientific, referred to as meta science by Russian scientists. Very spontaneous. So you don't have to stand on your head for hours together. You don't have to fast. You don't have to stop doing many things that you're doing. Just one small thing would be required: a desire, a wish that this should happen. A scientist kind of mindset. It should be open-minded and curiosity that, yes, what is this about? And open and mindedly accepting it. That's it. You'll get the results. And it is a live process. There is no imagination here. You'll feel it in a few minutes on your body, on your hands, on your limbic area, and there the process starts. It is verifiable and giving immediate experience. So I will not be verifying it. You will verify it on your own hands. I spoke a lot. So now let's experience it. Okay, let's experience it. If I had to say a few things, try to create a nice atmosphere for yourself. Get rid of your shoes. If possible, no compulsions again. Try to get at least one part of your body connected to earth as far as possible. Again, if it is not, it's okay. Sit in a comfortable position so that you can relax. There is no one to disturb you. Phone's muted, and if it is comfortable, feel free to get rid of your glasses and relax. Okay. While you are settling down, I would like to quickly scroll through a few steps which need to be understood in this process. It starts off with keeping our right hand on our heart, and we say, I am the spirit. Okay. To talk a bit about this, I think we hear these words that we are body, soul, spirit, all those things. So we somehow get lost with the fact that, we are only this body, the body through which we eat, do the actions, and that's how we sustain. But reality, there is a spirit in here, which is the actual driver, and that spirit is very different. I'll not go in deep into discussing about spirit, but the important fact is we need to affirm ourselves that we are the spirit. And we spoke about this dormant energy which is sleeping within us. She's our mother. We are invoking, or we are requesting, or we are conveying her that, mother, I am the spirit. On the same lines, I take my right hand behind my neck and we affirm that I am not guilty. Some way or the other, many of us might be guilty because of many different reasons, and we ourselves don't know. Okay, mother, I am not guilty. These affirmations are said a few different number of times. There's a minimum of 3 to 7. Feel free to say it any number of times that you can. The feeling is important. What goes inside the mind is important. Mother, I forgive everybody, including myself. I forgive everybody, including myself. Typically, we end up doing, we know we have done some things mistakenly, we know some things are not, but just excuse everybody, just pardon everyone. Oh divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I have committed knowingly or unknowingly. There could be many mistakes which we have done unknowingly and we don't want to repeat it. Just keep the hand behind here, if possible, see a bit up there and try to say it. Finally, we go at the top and we ask for our self-realization. As we said, it all starts from self-realization. What happens is we press the middle of our palm right on your head, limbic area. Try to touch that palm up here and move the scalp 7 times steadily, such that small movement is happening. It is done 7 times and we do these affirmations. And then we slowly move our hands a bit up and down. It can be done same with your left hand. And that's all it is going to be about. Finally, once you are done, feel free to take both your hands on your lap, and today being time constraints, let's spend at least a minute or two to meditate, and that's all it is going to be about. Less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, the meditation is done. If it can happen daily, it would be great. This is the first day and most of us should be able to experience it right from today. Let me get it all set. Let me get some music. And let me hide somewhere here myself. Okay, I'm almost set. You don't have to see me, but I'm keeping myself on so that you can see if you forget what need to be done. Again, peacefully sit on our chairs. Those who are comfortable closing their eyes, close it. If you're not, feel free to see mother's photo up here. Take a few nice smooth breaths. I assume all of us have settled well. Now let us take our right hand on our heart, and affirm, Mother, I am the spirit. Mother, I am the spirit. Minimum 3 times. Feel free to see any number of times. It would be great if you can concentrate on your heart, the interaction between your hand and heart, the left hand, which is sitting on your palm, opened, the limbic area up there. Mother, I am the spirit. Mother, I am the spirit. Mother, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. go back here behind our neck. Mother, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. 7 to 10 times, up to you. The feeling is important. Once done, take your hand on your forehead, the right hand, and forgive everybody, including yourself, including myself. Mother, I forgive everybody, including myself. Mother, I forgive everybody, including myself. Go on the back side of the head. No hurry, feel free to do it at your own pace. Experience it fully. O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I may have committed, knowingly or unknowingly. O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I have done, knowingly or unknowingly. Knowingly or unknowingly. Finally, we go at the top of our head with our palms, rest hard, and we say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Ask for your self-realization. Try to experience it up there. Press it hard and move the scalp at least 7 times. Once you've done it, just raise your hand a bit up and try to experience if anything coming out from your limbic area into your hands. Feel free to use your other hand to do the same. Don't think much on what may have happened, but important is let it work out. So feel free to bring both your hands on your laps, relax, and let's take a minute or two to enjoy this music and feel whatever is happening in our body. Relax and enjoy. Feel free to slowly open your eyes. Let that calm state remain in you. But in the meanwhile, I'll finish a few more slides here. I wish this was a live session and I could discuss and talk more on what happened. How did you all feel? But in short, I'm sure most of you might have felt some cool, hot or tingling sensations on their palms or top of the head on a state. It all depends on your existing state, but also in due course, you'll develop this state. The body feels light and relaxed. Calmness and peace is established inside you. I'm sure most of you are feeling a difference in your calmness. One goes into and remains in deep state of peace and thoughtless awareness with practice. So when this goes on daily, obviously you can maintain this state all through the day. This is a chart showing the subtle system in a more detailed way, and a few things that could be relevant for us in the company environment could be communication. We have a huge amount of communication with our colleagues, friends, bosses, deputies, and sometimes even external entities from our company. And we need to be diplomatic. We need to get things done. We need to talk without hurting the front person's ego. And many topics come into picture, and we do it all with very high level of diplomacy. Then things are quite different. Probably it could be confidence to do many things confidently and not be tentative, not be shaky on topics. The way things are changing in the market are so fast that we need to be creative. So once the creativity comes up or increases, we'll have more ideas to do the same thing differently. There are many energy centers in our body, like 7 of them mentioned here, and these 7, or as I highlighted 3 of them, once they start working in the right way, at the right energy level, at the right speed, at the right frequency, they start manifesting in their best way. And that's what we are trying to do. We already understood about left side and right side. Probably we are not too much into left side thinking what happened in the past and not many thoughts on the future. We can be in the present. I know in the company environment we need to do a lot of strategies and planning. Yes, that is to be done. It has to be done with a thought of present. We need to be in the present to think more creatively of the future. It is done and done, that's it. And then the exhibition comes. All this need to be done without any development of ego of that activity or kind of past superegos. If this kind of personality can be developed, I know I have not dealt or done enough justice to this chart, but I thought I need to pause here talking on it. But if we develop a personality which is spoken in this chart and what I spoke in the last few minutes, then that is the total personality that we are looking at and what we are developing. A few scientific facts, and I should agree, I'm not a doctor or understand this field in detail, but as simple as heart rate, I'm sure you'll see a decrease in a heart rate over a period of time, and even if few minutes before and after meditation. And this is what we want: more stable, calm heart. Blood pressure, it should stabilize, reduce, and get a more right level. These topics I don't know much, but blood lactic acid, there is a considerable decrease you can see as per the research, and also galvanic skin resistance, there is a bit of effect on that. Few other acknowledgements and places where this science has been implemented and used. Delhi University has accepted it as a subject matter of study. Research is conducted in Lady Hardinge Medical College, again Delhi. IMA has accepted Sahaja Yoga as an alternative medicine for psychosomatic diseases. Many incurable diseases like epilepsy, migraine, diabetic, cancer, etc. have been cured in our health centers. There are 2 of them in India. Specific things required to cure these diseases are done over there, and using healing of this same subtle system that we spoke a few minutes back is activated and done to heal these problems. These programs, or what you saw now, has been implemented in many organizations. A few of them have been listed here, and they are accepted and have been using this technique in their company quite some time. And I'm sure they are seeing quite a bit of increase in their efficiency, employee satisfaction, and the way things are happening in the company. A detailed schedule and many more details of how this works, so the theory, etc., everything is shared up here on the website sahajayoga.org. Feel free to scroll through it. Few contact details can be shared, but in due course our representatives can talk you, and we are happy to share one-on-one more details on this topic. With that, I would like to take a deep breath here and pause myself, and really thank you for joining this video. Hopefully it was insightful and can make a difference in your working atmosphere. Thank you.